Welcome, pile 3. This one is a tree. Okay, so this is all about your foundations, your root structure, your this is your future path. Okay, it's in the rising energy. That's really nice for a tree because it will branch out and do tree things. Yeah, you got this really thick trunk down here. You got this solid foundation, and so this is the 111 energy. And so what this represents is that you took the time to lay out a very solid foundation for your life path, for your future, that things can branch off of. Okay, check this out. These are all the branches. You got opportunities. You got multiple paths in your destiny. You even got little houses for little things over here. This is like all your opportunities in life. You could live wherever you want. You could branch out into different things. Now this is the future because we are currently in the 111 energy. And so this is paying special attention to the current foundation right here. And so what I recently got in my travels is this necklace here. And the cool thing about this necklace is that I got this. Okay, so I was delayed in my journey, right? And so I recently returned to a place that I couldn't go back to. Like, I was kicked out of town, and then I returned back to town 10 years later. And so I got this. And, I might as well tell you the full story and not just little bits and pieces. Okay, so for an example, I'm showing this because it has a similar theme right here. Okay, so trees are all about your life path, your journey in life, where you start, where you place your seeds. Okay, it's all about the seed energy. Where you place your seeds, you develop a strong foundation, and you can see growth from that. And so, the thing about being a sapling, after you place the seed, it gets trampled on, people step on it, and then there's all these storms when it starts being like a little sprout. It becomes a sprout, and all these storms weather it, and it gets stronger. All the swaying makes the root system that much more rooted. It has a strong foundation, so it can weather all these storms. And so, for an example of my own life, okay, so I'm currently in the Los Angeles region, and so I used to live in the Portland region for most of my life, and 10 years ago I had to leave Portland for financial reasons, moved down with my grandma in Southern California, and I've been living with her for about 10 years or so. And recently, with this 999 portal thing, with everything's closing and cycles and everything, I had a storage locker up in Portland that I went back to. And while I was in Portland, I picked up this pendant as a reminder of all the pain that Portland put me through, and all the pain of my life that I had to go through. And so I wanted a symbol of all that torment, all the disrespect, all the pain, as a way to transmute that energy. Because energy is energy. Okay, you can harvest the energy from your pain and put it into your projects of creativity. And so when I picked this up, this just kind of looked like all these things down here. So to finish my story, I got this pendant. I picked up what I could from my storage locker, donated everything else because there was a lot of storage in the storage locker, and so I had to go back down to Southern California because it's where I'm living right now. And so my future is anywhere. Okay, So, I would like to return to Portland, but maybe I'm choosing a different place. It's up to me now. But the thing is, you know, we talk about loose ties, you know, tying up loose ends, cutting ties, cutting cords, burning your ties, burning bridges, and this kind of represents that. Like, I had a very bad time up there in this, like, reunion kind of energy. And so I'm free. Whatever happens, if I return to Portland or choose a different city, at least I've completed the cycle. I'm free from that energy. And so this is kind of like that creative freedom energy, where you know, this pink character and the pink pendant right there and everything. You know, you're no strings attached. It's kind of my motto as a jester. That you know, you don't let people control you. So yeah, it's all about the energy, what you're connected to. So this is a different meaning for that. You got to pay attention to the ties that bind, the ties that restrict. And, you know, sometimes, like, say this is like a bonsai tree or something. You know, you tie things around this little plant for decoration purposes. So when it grows, it'll grow into these interesting shapes. And then once it grows enough, you can cut all these ties and everything. And it's kind of like with life. With all the pain that we go through, it served its purpose. It made us stronger. It made us shaped in a certain direction. And so energy is not wasted. All the tears you cried, well, it watered your future. And you get to harvest the energy off of that. So this is a wonderful sign for future prosperity, for your projects going places. This is the 111 energy. This is like the seed that you planted. And this is a vision of your future, that this is gonna go places. This is growing. It's a solid, firm foundation. And you get real connections in your future. Because you've experienced the false connections, you've experienced the pain. Now you can see the pleasure of life. Now you can see actual, real friendships, you know, like the power of friendship, real connections with respect and love and honesty. And those are the ties that are worthy of keeping. Those are the cords that you want to nourish and respect and grow with. And so you're learning, you know, where to place your attention. You know, it's all about the nutrients. Wherever you place your attention is what's going to grow. And now, this is in rising energy, so it's good intentions, it's good energy. This is growth. If it was in falling energy, this would be like a tower moment. This would be like decay. This would be a foundation that's not good in the weather, and so the tree's gonna fall over. And trees have the ability to rot from the inside, just like people. We die on the inside, and so trees can die on the inside too. And now this death process can actually make homes for like owls and raccoons and birds and everything through this natural decay process. But yeah, for the human perspective, you know, this wasn't in falling energy. You're not rotting, you're not decaying. These are the types of creatures that you previously met that were rotten from within. And you're learning how to identify that and tell them apart from the trees that are healthy and have a solid, firm foundation. And characters in your lives that have dreams, that have desires for growth and abundance instead of just decay and rot. And so you're choosing your company more wisely. You're investing in your future. This is a growth of opportunities, a growth of abundance. You know, or we are now in, this is the 1-1 energy. It's New Year's. And so a lot of people decorate with the whole holiday season of the light and the darkness. And so this is a time where, it's cold outside, it's dark, it's the darkest time of the year, like the winter solstice. And so you're learning how to create that hope and inspiration, that change, that flame of hope, that inspirational force within your own soul, for your own life, for the people around you. You're learning how to create that happiness for yourself and for others so that you can survive these dark times. And so what do we do in these dark times? Like, we take this mundane tree that's unremarkable, that's just basic and plain, and we decorate it, we dress it up, we make the most out of the present moment, the experience. So maybe it's not perfect. There's these weird branches, there's these flaws, these defects, these kind of weird shaped things, and so we make the most out of it. If we have a limited space, we learn how to size down and maximize that space. So instead of, like the tree analogy, instead of building out, we can build up. And so, if you have a limited space, you want to make the most out of that space. Think of storage solutions, think of shelves that reach all the way to the ceiling. They make these pole things that, here for example, well, it's not like this. It's too thick, but they make these pole things, right, for your room that go from the floor all the way to the ceiling, like this. And then little shelves can be placed on these poles, so it's got the structure. Like if you're renting a place, then you don't damage the walls by putting nails and stuff. You got this strong support from the ground to the ceiling, floor to ceiling, and then you got these little shelves that can come off of it in different places. So, storage, you're making the most out of your living situation. You're decorating it, you're finding, the whimsy of life, the possibilities. Because if you had an event, it's more special if you put some lights up, if you put in the time to have a little decorations, something to look at, something to feel nice about, instead of just dealing with the mundane, boring, everyday, wood. It's just a piece of wood. But now it's a magical treehouse. Now it's a magical adventure, and now it's a playtime area. Now it's got little ribbons and little trinkets and everything. And so maybe, like, you're building a cat tree. Okay, you have cats, you have a responsibility to make this tower. Because cats are climbers, they need to interact with something. You can't just have a cat on the floor. It's gotta climb places and do all these things. So you're learning how to embrace the creative side of life. That you're realizing that all these things that are frivolous, that are so-called unnecessary, that are just decoration, they're just aesthetic, they affect us. Alright, it is necessary. We need something to look at, we need something to feel. And so, it may not be much, but at least it does have an impact. This card would be much different if these little things weren't on it. And so it changes the entire theme, the entire mood. And if you're going for a happy mood, you need these little things. Now, it's not like, you know, don't collect a bunch of junk. You know, you gotta have value in these things. And so, like, these characters don't have much. They're working with what they have, and so they need a symbolic reason to be there. Like, this bell could have, like, so many memories for this character. It means something to them. This star means something to that character. And so they're decorating with things that have meaning instead of just, like, clutter, you know. If you've ever, like, seen a bunch of decorations, like, in a rich house, or, like, extreme fanciness, you know, it feels so hollow and empty, where everything's perfect and, like, super decorated. It feels empty, because there isn't that heart there. Sure, it's the fanciest thing around, like, you know, this. Let's say this is fancy, or something. If there's no heart in it, like, okay, here we go. So say this is the fanciest thing you've ever seen, okay, and like a Christmas tree or something. There we go. So this represents, like, all those fancy big Christmas trees that you've seen that you can't afford because they're so luxurious, and all you've got is, like, this you know, this Festivus for the rest of us kind of thing, and you know, all you have is like this or something. And so it may not look as fancy as this, but this means something to you. It means the world to you. Like, you can't even see this, because what this means to you is so much more to your soul, to your heart. And so this is what you're focused on, is that creative path, the meaning behind things, rather than just, like, this super fancy thing. This is what this card is you make the most of your situation. You have the solid foundation to weather the storms, and because if a storm hits this is gonna collapse completely, but this is made to last, because it's been through all that pain and misery, and so you're honoring that. And so these decorations actually mean something to you. And so that's the path of your future, is meaningful things, because you've been down here, neglected and stepped on and forgotten about, but now it's the 1-1 energy, so you're just sprouting right now. But this is your future. You got a strong future ahead of you. Or this is hollow. This is just fancy for being fancy. This is the path of decay, the path of rot, because it may look good on the outside, but internally it's all rot, you know. Like, what this is a brush. So here we go. It's like a brush kind of thing. And so you may think it's, like, super fancy on the outside, but then internally it's all different. So yeah, it's kind of a lesson thing. And this came out in rising energy. And so here, you know, you value, you put all the energy of the pain, you value your past experiences. You're aware that it made you the strongest possible person that you can be. And this is the path of utilization. Okay, this is something you can use, something you can do things with. It's practical. It has a use. It has a function. And so this, you know, although this is aesthetic, although this is, you know, just a decoration, it's about this symbology, the symbolic meaning of what this represents. And that's where this holds so much more worth than just, you know, something shiny, something fancy, extravagant. So, you know, a lot of people are going through things right now. And so, you know, maybe they don't have the opportunity to celebrate in a very fancy kind of manner. And so this card speaks to, you know, the holidays are about the time of coming together, of being that hope of inspiration, of light in the darkness. And even if you're by yourself, because this is 111 energy, you're most likely alone. So you're finding, like, why celebrate if no one else is around, kind of thing. But to make the most out of your circumstance, just for yourself, is very important, even if you don't have anyone to celebrate with. Don't just celebrate because it's a tradition. Celebrate the embracing of the moment. You can celebrate any day at any time for any reason. It's important to honor your own path. So be in the moment and make the most out of your circumstances. Your future's looking fantastic. You have this strong, solid foundation, and this is your future again. That's why it's so thick. And you know, these are all your potential paths in life, and you could have all of them because you put all this attention and time into the foundation. And so right now, you know, it's 1-1 energy, 1-1-1 energy. You're just sprouting, but you're gonna turn out well. So good for you. Pile 3. You got a happy tree. All right. Take care.